Hello friends, and welcome to the End of Days channel. I hope you all are doing well, and if you're new, welcome. I want to say thank you as well to all my new subscribers. It means a lot to me. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you would like to help my channel grow, since I'm a fairly new YouTuber. Thanks in advance, friends. In the twilight years of the Cold War, as global tensions began to thaw, the United States Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, embarked on a series of clandestine projects exploring the fringes of human perception. Among these initiatives was Project Sunstreak, a program dedicated to investigating the potential of remote viewing, the purported ability to perceive distant locations and events through extrasensory means. In December 1988, this controversial methodology was seemingly applied to an object of immense historical and religious significance, the Ark of the Covenant. A recently declassified CIA document details a remote viewing session that allegedly pinpointed the Ark's location in the Middle East, a claim that reignites the enduring mystery surrounding this sacred artifact. On December 5, 1988, under the auspices of Project Sunstreak, a remote viewer identified as Viewer Number 32 was tasked with identifying an unknown target based solely on provided coordinates. The target, unbeknownst to the viewer, was purportedly the Ark of the Covenant. The subsequent report documented the viewer's perceptions, which remarkably aligned with traditional descriptions of the Ark. The individual described a container crafted from wood, gold and silver, bearing a shape akin to a coffin and adorned with seraphim, or winged angels. Adding another layer to this description, the viewer also perceived another container residing within the first. The purported location of this artifact, as perceived by the remote viewer, was equally intriguing. The report indicated an underground, dark and wet environment situated in the Middle East. Visuals obtained during the session suggested the presence of nearby buildings featuring dome-like structures reminiscent of mosques, and the viewer reported the presence of individuals speaking Arabic and dressed in white robes. Perhaps the most captivating aspect of the remote viewing session was the claim that the Ark was protected by entities. The remarkable congruence between the remote viewer's description and historical accounts of the Ark raises questions about the nature of this alleged discovery. While the CIA maintained that the viewer was unaware of the target, the specificity of the details, including the seraphim and the materials, is striking. It prompts consideration of whether the viewer might have possessed some form of prior knowledge, either consciously or subconsciously, or if the alignment was purely coincidental. The notion of entities guarding the Ark introduces a supernatural element that could be interpreted in various ways. These could be literal spiritual guardians, a sophisticated security mechanism unknown to modern technology, or even a manifestation of the viewer's own subconscious interpretation of the Ark's sacred nature. The combination of mosque domes and Arabic speakers with the Ark, a relic central to Jewish and Christian traditions, potentially points towards a location within Jerusalem or another historically significant site in the Middle East, an area fraught with religious and political sensitivities. Project Sunstreak, which reportedly operated from approximately 1986 to 1990, was an outgrowth of earlier US intelligence endeavors into psychic phenomena, most notably Project Stargate. These programs emerged during the Cold War, fueled by a desire to gain any potential advantage over adversaries, including exploring unconventional methods of intelligence gathering. Remote viewing, the cornerstone of these projects, is defined as the supposed ability to perceive distant objects, events and individuals without the aid of physical senses. The standard protocol for remote viewing sessions within Project Sunstreak involved providing viewers with geographical coordinates or abstract prompts, intentionally withholding the identity of the target. These sessions were meticulously documented through detailed reports, often including sketches and descriptive narratives of the viewer's perceptions. While proponents of remote viewing cited occasional successes, such as the alleged location of a downed Soviet aircraft, the overwhelming consensus, including a 1995 CIA review, concluded that the results were inconsistent, lacked scientific rigor, and ultimately failed to provide actionable intelligence. Joe McMoneagle, a prominent figure in CIA-affiliated remote viewing, dismissed the 1988 Ark of the Covenant session as bogus and likely a training target done on a whim. Evaluations of Project Stargate, the broader initiative, highlighted significant issues, including the generation of vague and ambiguous information, the inclusion of irrelevant and erroneous data, and concerns regarding the reliability of the judges assessing the results. The CIA's substantial investment in remote viewing during the Cold War era underscores the intense pressure to explore any potential intelligence advantage, even those lacking scientific validation. However, the eventual termination of Project Stargate and the critical evaluations it received reflect an internal acknowledgement that remote viewing did not consistently yield reliable intelligence. The Ark of the Covenant holds a paramount position in the history and religious traditions of Judaism and Christianity. Constructed approximately 3,000 years ago, during the Israelites' wanderings in the desert, the Ark was built according to divine instructions given to Moses on Mount Sinai. This sacred chest was designed to house the 2 tablets bearing the 10 Commandments, the foundational laws given by God to Moses. For the Israelites, the Ark served as the most potent symbol of God's presence in their midst, representing the very heart of their covenant with the divine. Biblical narratives recount instances where the Ark was carried by the Israelites during their desert journeys and even into battle, underscoring its perceived power and its role as a palladium, guaranteeing their safety and success. Eventually, under the reign of King Solomon, the Ark was enshrined within the Holy of Holies, the innermost sanctum of the First Temple in Jerusalem, solidifying its central place in Jewish worship. The Ark remained in the temple until the Babylonian conquest of Jerusalem in 586 BCE, when the temple was destroyed. Following this pivotal event, the Ark of the Covenant vanishes from historical records, its fate becoming one of history's most enduring mysteries. The Ark's multifaceted significance, encompassing its religious symbolism, its role as the repository of divine law, and the legends surrounding its power, renders it an object of intense fascination and a compelling catalyst for narrative conflict. The historical uncertainty surrounding its whereabouts after the Babylonian conquest provides fertile ground for speculation and the development of fictional scenarios.